need actually any money. You could take a paper and do a sketch about an invention, and kids are so inventive. So I'm wondering if you could give some advice for teachers, also like in low-income schools or Title I schools, about how invention education is possible without like 3D printers or like NASA type, like you're seeing some of the stuff here,
Right.
But what advice do you have for other teachers who might think, oh, we can't do that at our school?
Well, I think that when we, as a staff, came together before we even presented it in our individual classrooms, that was a conversation that we had as a staff, because we knew that we had to have something that, if we were going to have 100% of the students create something, we had to have 100% of the parents buy in. And we also had to have a project that could be possible. So if the students were creating projects that were too grand, it wasn't going to be possible. So the conversation was had beforehand. Parents had buy-in. I mean, it was successful because we made it possible, and the kids were really excited about it.
Yeah, they were genuinely excited about it. And Shoop Academy won a special award from Chicago Student Invention Convention for having being the only school who have had a project created by every student in the building.
Out of 43 STEM schools.
Yes.
I mean, that's unheard of. Do you guys? All right. So my last question, and then maybe Luke has one, is like a lot of kids we talk about. Did you have to explain like to students, to your young kids, what is an inventor? What are inventions? Because it's not like they're sort of old. It's a kind of an old-fashioned term in some ways. It's not. So I'm wondering, like, how did those conversations go about? Like, how did you? Because they're so inventive, kids, naturally. But how did you get them to realize, hey, you?
Well, this was actually part of the curriculum that was provided to us, and we put it into binders. We had a fantastic. We have a fantastic assistant principal, and we had a STEM coach who unfortunately left our school, but she was there for the preparation of when these binders were put together. So she kind of pieced together the Invention Convention binder for us, that like she targeted the important pieces of the curriculum that the teachers needed to present to the kids. And that was one of the lessons. What is an inventor? That was like right at the very beginning that all the teachers had to present to the students. I remember the lesson quite well.
And our principal, she insisted upon that. Yes,
that they basically understood what it means to be an inventor.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Do you think their I guess I'm going to just use this term, but like inventive identity was stronger at the end of the project?
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we have students who really, they feel like, okay, I can create, I can invent. And then when I walked into Ms. Diddia's classroom, I said, oh, wow, I see Shark Tank here. Actually, and I told them, the young men, you guys need to get a patent on your inventions. So a lot of kids now feel like, I can do this. Absolutely.
We were told that too, actually, with their project with the patents. So we haven't gone to that stuff, but there were quite a few other projects that it was difficult to choose. They were excellent. I mean, we had some really creative projects that were simple. For instance, we had another one that actually had to do with floors as well. It was just a glove, like a glove that you use for dishwashing. And it was the same kind of concept to clean the floors. And another student, I don't know why they were so obsessed with my floor, but my floor is kind of dirty, I'm sorry. And another student used flip-flops and went all across my floor with the flip-flop and the sponge on the bottom, and another one, and then his other prototype had a brush. My floor was sparkling clean. And they were all... It was really unique, honestly. And one had a spray bottle sprayed out of the flip-flop. Can you think of any others? Those were pretty creative ones.
So we had second graders. They placed at the Chicago Invention Convention for the cover book, a plastic cover book. So the consumables they tear up throughout the school year, and they had a really sturdy plastic cover over the book. I'm like, that's creative, and that's ingenious. Great, wonderful. They did an awesome job, and they placed. Second grade.
They did.
You guys are so proud. I love it. They could not do it without you, though. They really couldn't. You heard the young man here. So thank you.
You're welcome.
That was amazing.